There's some napkins up there if you would.
You already picked the one, didn't you?
Anita, would you like a cookie?
Of course. Who has cookies?
We do.
I had cookies for, Matt had a meeting. So I just saved them for tonight's meeting.
Here, there's chocolate chips.
Oh, them were the ones that we had for the commissioners.
This is just an,
But they were in a glass container, all sealed up.
just an FYI. Or like a Q&A.
I didn't make them, I just bought. But the funny part is, I got it. I didn't really know the cookies.
Hi, how are you? Good.
Your rice coffee was delicious.
Brian? Mr. Worthen?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
You can hear us. Now, you can hear us. Good. Thank you.
Hi, Steve.
How are you?
Good.
You have another power cord? Power cord.
No, those are Dell's. I don't have a problem.
Here, you can borrow mine, Steve, if you need it.
Yeah. I just plugged it in and said, hey, your power's low. And I'm like, well, great. Because
You guys are the only ones that have it on.
Just don't let me forget it.
I'll take it home with me. What the hell happened?
You got snow, Bruce?
Finally. Hopefully we got lots of stuff.
I hope so. Hope it's on
The
Mountain
mile.
too.
Did you look at the hills right there? They look really good.
Good.
I mean, they're like solid white. I went,
Yeah.
oh, that's more than we had.
Good.
So I'm hoping it just keeps going that way and gets more and more and more as we go.
I was
hope
gonna
so,
call the
too.
brother and see how much they got down there,
Derek, there's cookies there.
Oh, thank you.
What do we got?
Yeah, I don't. You always carry a mouse?
I've been carrying around this thing out for like 3 months.
Wearing shorts and flip-flops. Read.
The guy was doing Dorsey today, so over there by me today in shorts and flip-flops. With no jacket. Trying to find the house he was trying to. He got walking outside the street trying to find out where he's going.
My kids do it, you know what? You just spent $20 on a taco or whatever. It just doesn't make any financial sense to me.
Yeah.
And they have a car. I'm like, go to Taco Bell, pick it up yourself.
It comes down to laziness to right. I'm trying to say. It's not really laziness.
I can kind of get it in the big city, like if you're just that, in the office or something
Yeah, and the
that day
options
or
and stuff like
whatever.
that, I can understand, places where you can't get out of the
Or during COVID, not allowed to leave. I get that, but not in rural way, okay.
Why aren't we receiving that?
Man, when I was a teenager, I'd take any excuse to get
What
out
benefit
there.
did the city receive in the
Oh, I'm
meantime?
gonna go get myself whatever, you know?
Is 5% French, I see, standard? Yes.
Yeah, it's like $9.99 a month. On top of that, it was my son's bank account has very little money, so I watch it because it's attached to mine. And I'm like, you're gonna charge $10 a month for this garbage.
I know. And then they want tips and bring it to you and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everything else. It's,
Well, and that's how they make their living.
yeah,
I get like ordering pizza for a big party or whatever. I've done that before.
What?
But
Usually that's delivered by whoever you order for.
Yeah,
Consider that.
yeah.
You don't have to have DoorDash.
I know.
Yeah,
I just
of course,
don't
I'm real bad at all of it. Unless grocery store, Walmart, or you hear gals driving up in their car, and it's like, you're too lazy to go in the grocery store and pick up your own groceries and stuff. You have to have someone bring it out to you.
sometimes I do that because
I would just go pick up my groceries and stuff.
yeah. I save a lot of money if I do it because I put all my coupons in and I actually spend more time like, than trying to race through a grocery store.
But, I mean, to a point, it's money heavy because if you don't go to the grocery store, you don't spend that much. That's the only benefit.
That's the benefit. But like, I just don't understand DoorDash and all this stuff.
I don't understand pizza. Why do you go down and spend as much money, if not more, to go to a restaurant where they're going to wait on you? You sit down and they clean up after
I
you.
definitely
You sit out there twice a day and get food right end off and take it, sit in your car and try to eat. I mean, it just, I don't know what the big crazy difference is. Have we heard any more on the? Of course, guys taking this with the running. He works with my kid. Yeah, that would work. The ones that look you can see here on the golf course. The one kid works with mine. He gets stuff set up.
Gotta know what's on the wish list.
Where's our next
I like buying chocolate.
Rocky Mountain.
I love anything mint.
Always forget they bring people.
Yeah. Was wondering.
Did I make it?
Squeak it in. You have a minute to go.
It's like 5 guesses from the password.
Maybe Tanya did tell me she was going to be gone. Did you say she was visiting somebody?
I guess it's
Oh, yeah, no. I was thinking about it on the way in. I was like, all right, got my computer.
I don't remember.
Almost forgot about it. I was in my office doing work. Looked over at the clock and I was like, oh, gosh. Alright, yes it can.
SB or Johnson?
Nope.
You would ask. All right, it's 6 o'clock. We'll call this meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Lynn, will you conduct roll call, please?
Madam Mayor Jacqueline Wells,
Here.
Vice Mayor Darrell Garner,
Here.
Councilmember Derek Elliott,
Here.
Councilmember Tanya Lumen, Councilmember Terry Pattison,
Here.
Councilmember Steve Sanger,
Here.
Councilmember Bruce Sealaw.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, moving down to the approval of the agenda. Councilmember Sanger.
I move to approve the March 3rd, 2026 City Council agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the March 3rd, 2026 City Council agenda. Any discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Give me 1 sec. I'm almost there. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas.
All right, moving down to the approval of the consent agenda. Councilmember Sanger.
I move to approve the consent agenda of March 3rd, 2026 as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the consent agenda of March 3rd, 2026 as presented. Any discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 5 yeas and 1 nay. The 1 nay is Councilmember Elliott.
Okay, moving down to citizens' participation. This is a time set for public comment by resolution number 2C 1996 and sets a time limit for public comment of 5 minutes with the provision that the 5-minute time limit may be increased at the request of a member or the public or the city council members subject to the council vote. Is there anybody here that would like to discuss anything that is not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, we'll move down to board appointments and presentations. And the first thing on the agenda is a proclamation for the anniversary of the National Senior Nutrition Program for 2026. All right. The anniversary of the National Senior Nutrition Program, whereas since 1972, the National Senior Nutrition Program has funded local agencies and organizations to serve home-delivered and congregate meals that help to ensure older adults have opportunities to stay healthy, independent, and connected. And whereas more than 10 million older Americans face hunger each year, and whereas local senior nutrition programs help older adults access healthy foods, nutrition screening, education and counseling, social opportunities, and other supports that encourage well-being. And whereas Rawlins Senior Center is an integral part of Carbon County, providing sustenance and so much more to our older community members, especially the most vulnerable to communicable diseases, chronic health conditions, and social isolation. And whereas Rawlins Senior Center is having a positive impact on our community and its senior members by providing nutritious meals, public transportation, social activities. And whereas Rawlins Senior Center served 347 seniors with a total of 29,541 meals and served 391 seniors with a total of 32,041 social activities during the 2024-2025 fiscal year. Now, therefore, I, Jacqueline R. Wells, Mayor of Rawlins, Wyoming, do hereby proclaim March 2026 to be the 54th anniversary of the National Senior Nutrition Program. I urge every resident to recognize older adults and the people who support them through nutrition services as essential contributors to the strength of our community. Dated on this 3rd day of March 2026. And we have somebody here to speak on the Rawlins Senior Center behalf. So.
Madam Mayor and fellow council members, my name is Kelly Morrell, and I am the Executive Director for Carbon County Senior Services and also Rawlins Senior Center. And I would like to thank you for supporting us through the years, and thank you for signing this proclamation today.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do for our lovely senior residents.
Thank you.
Yes.
Kelly, how do they get in touch with you if they want to donate to you?
Donations are done. We don't have anything on our website yet. We are in the process of doing that. Most donations come in monetarily or for our fundraisers, and they can call the Senior Center at 307-328-2863.
Thank you. Thank
All
you,
right.
Kelly.
Thank you.
All right, moving down to the Community Builder Award for March 2026. So I'll invite the members of our Rawlins Volunteer Committee up.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. The Community Builder Award is a monthly award the city presents to local individuals, businesses, and organizations for their volunteer service, sponsorship, promotion of programs and events, outstanding service in the interest of the city, and for other contributions significant to the Rawlins quality of life. The Volunteer Committee would like to present the March 2026 Community Builder Award to Rocky Mountain Power.
We are honored this evening to present the Community Builder Award to Rocky Mountain Power. Tonight, we get to recognize an entire team whose work, both seen and unseen, helps power our community in more ways than one. Rocky Mountain Power provides the essential electric service that keeps our homes comfortable, our businesses operating, our schools learning, and our industries running strong. They maintain the streetlights that keep our neighborhoods safe and ensure reliable service throughout the region. Their culture as a company is rooted in service to the communities they power and that they serve. That spirit is reflected in the 9 employees based right here in Rawlins, who are responsible for providing power from Wamsutter to Hannah and from Independence Rock to McCarty Canyon. They live here and are proud that they can serve the communities through being part of such a good company. But their commitment to Rawlins and Carbon County goes far beyond electricity. Rocky Mountain Power regularly donates to local nonprofits, schools, and community organizations through Rawlins and Carbon County. They have worked on projects including downtown banners, park signs, and more. They play a critical role in keeping the beloved holiday star on the hill shining bright each season. That star is a symbol of the holidays in Rawlins and something our entire town looks forward to seeing. And Rocky Mountain Power is vital to make sure it remains lit year after year. Time and again, Rocky Mountain Power provides the funds to get a project done or the boots on the ground support that need the extra time and skilled hands they can provide. Rocky Mountain Power hopes to see continued growth and development across our region, and they stand ready to support that progress in every way they can. Tonight, we thank Rocky Mountain Power for being more than a utility provider. They are a true community partner. Please join us in recognizing and thanking them for all they do to keep Rawlins shining bright.
All right. Well, thank you, Honorable Mayor and Council. Most of you know me, but for those of you who don't, I'm Bob Stipe. I'm the manager for Rocky Mountain Power in the Rawlins District. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I did want to say a few words to you while I accept this. I'll start by saying that Rocky Mountain Power is greatly honored to be chosen for this award tonight, and pleased to accept it on behalf of my team here in Rawlins, who actually gets the work done, not me. They do. Rocky Mountain Power truly does care about our community and the communities that we do serve. One of our company principles is actually entitled Powering Our Communities. And we do this by donating time, as was said, and resources, helping the community where we can. A few examples in Rawlins here, she mentioned quite a few of them. Hanging the banners around downtown, working on the star, helping and repair or replace signs for DDA from time to time when our lovely wind blows them down. Donations to local nonprofits. For the past several years, we've actually been donating money to the high school for their senior graduating class, the banners and stuff like that. Rocky Mountain Power sponsored those. We also strive to support the communities that we serve, as we're all part of this community as well. We're all proud to work for a community that shows this type of support for its communities, and we're all proud to call the wonderful community of Rawlins home. Thank you again for this reward, or this award, and your time. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
There's 2. And they're donating their $100 to Project Reach. So you can hold this.
All right. Come
And
on.
then we all get to stand up here.
Come on. And, ooh, I don't know about to look pretty. I'll stand up.
Okay.
Use a little. All right.
Thank you guys for all you do. Oh yeah, the real sauce is here.
All right, congratulations.
And thank you for restoring my power really quickly today.
I'm sorry, Mayor, what did you say?
I said thank you for restoring my power really quickly today.
You know, my power was out too. So.
I appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Bob's my neighbor. Moving down to reports and information, and we'll hand it over to our city manager for city manager reports and staff reports.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. Just a couple updates. This last weekend we had the Silver Bullet Tournament held at the indoor range at the rec center. We had quite a few people attend from all over the state, so that was nice. The Public Works Department has informed me that they have started work on the parcels, on the lots that we received from the couple of gentlemen from last week, Mr. Hewitt and Mr. McPherson on Bonanza Street, so that's nice. We continue to work through our budget meetings. We have a couple scheduled this week. In fact, this week and next week, I believe, are our last two with the department heads, and they'll be with our Public Works departments. So, but I would like to remind the council, as Madam Mayor and our finance director told me, that we will have our council budget meetings, and they're going to be scheduled on May 5th, 7th, 11th, and 14th. The first one will be a work session, and then the other three, the 7th, 11th, and 14th, will be at 6 o'clock here. So please put that on your schedule. We'll probably send reminders out for emails. On that topic, we at our next COG meeting, which should be in a couple weeks, we're going to be discussing the 5th penny sales tax. That proposal comes up this year in 2026, and so the commissioners kind of asked, I think, a lot of the communities to come up with some of their thoughts on how we can address that, and as we work through that towards this year. And then lastly, I wanted to kind of call the superintendent of schools and just have him do a snow day just for kicks, just for celebration's sake, I think. But I was a little late on the draw there. But we, as everyone has seen, we did get quite a bit of snow today, and hopefully it blessed us with a couple feet, or at least a good amount down south of town on our water areas. And with that, that's all I have, Madam Mayor.
All right, we'll pass it over to the city attorney.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Honorable Council. Just one short update. During the February 17th council meeting, that would be the last council meeting we had, council tabled a proposed resolution amending the city's fee schedule for public works to add a right-of-way permit fee. At this time, staff is recommending that the proposed right-of-way permit fee remain tabled while additional evaluation is completed. Following stakeholder feedback and review of municipal practices around Wyoming, staff has determined that approaches vary widely. So a more tailored approach is going to be needed to reflect Rawlins' very unique and specific infrastructure considerations and our operational needs. However, all other requirements will remain fully in effect. Authorized right-of-way users will still need to comply with Chapter 1220 of the Municipal Code, and that includes all other requirements under those ordinances that are in effect. So staff will continue its analysis. We'll get back to council once we have refined our recommendations, and we will appropriately present something to council at that time in the future. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Attorney Mayberry. Moving down to city council updates. Councilmember Elliott.
So this past week, I ran into one of the local electricians, and he told me that he'd like to be very much involved in the city, and if the city would be able to put out bids for projects, because he would like to bid on projects and be more involved in the city. That was Robs and Brennan. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilmember. Any other updates? Councilmember Patterson.
It's not really an update, but I'd like to inquire, are we still on for that baseball tournament this summer? I haven't heard anything in a long time. So where are we at with the ball fields?
So we're going to have it at the other ball fields, the ones that were, I believe they're Babe Ruth or Legion. That's where the tournament will take place. So they can use the facilities up there.
Thank you.
All right, moving down to unfinished business and an ordinance to approve the third and final reading and waive the reading of the ordinance granting a telecommunications utility franchise and general utility easement to Visionary. Do I have a motion? Councilmember Singer?
Do we want to do both these at the same time?
I am good
We
with
move
it
to
if
it.
you are.
Okay. So the first one is move to untable, and the second is to move to approve the third and final reading of an ordinance granting a telecommunications utility franchise and general utility easement to Visionary Communications LLC.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to first untable and then to move and approve the third and final reading of an ordinance granting telecommunications utility franchise and general utility easement to Visionary Communications LLC. Do we have any discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 5 yeas and 1 nay. The 1 nay is Councilmember Patterson.
All right, moving down to another reading. Vice Mayor Gardner.
Do the same thing?
Yeah.
Motion 1 is going to be moved to untable, and motion 2 will move to approve the third and final reading of an ordinance of the City of Rawlins, Wyoming, granting a franchise to All West Wyoming Incorporated for the operation of a cable system.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to 1, untable, and 2, to approve third and final reading of an ordinance for the City of Rawlins, Wyoming, granting a franchise to All West Wyoming, Inc. for the operation of a cable system. Any discussion? Councilmember Singer.
So this doesn't relate to this, but it does relate to the question that you presented, which is the time frame. Were you able to communicate with all the stakeholders about the fees and schedules and stuff?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Councilor Sanger, yes, we have. We haven't directly communicated with everybody. We did send an outreach out to all stakeholders. We did receive a number of responses. We also reached out to numerous municipalities around the state and also outside of the state to ask how everybody structures these right-of-way permit fees. There were very, very wide range of practices, which means we just need to tailor something that specifically fits our needs. We also realize we need to take into consideration other nuances, which would include how do we handle emergency situations, upgrades, maintenance, ongoing other types of situations that aren't necessarily related to initial installation. And so we want to make sure that we recognize all of these nuances and appropriately make a recommendation based on our specific needs plus other circumstances.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Then will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 5 yeas and 1 nay. The 1 nay is Councilmember Patterson.
All right, moving down to new business and an approval of an agreement with the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Do I have a motion? Councilmember Singer?
So the I is internet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's intrastate, no. Internet, yes, sorry.
It is internet?
Yes, it is internet.
Because it's not in the original thing here. Move to approve the agreement with Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force affiliated program between the State of Wyoming, Office of the Attorney General, Division of Criminal Investigation, DCI, and the Rawlins Police Department to allow the RPD detective to become task force officer with DCI in the Internet Crime Against Children Task Force.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the agreement with the ICAC Task Force affiliated program between the State of Wyoming, the Attorney General's Office, the Division of Criminal Investigation, and the Rawlins Police Department to allow the RPD detective to become a task force officer with DCI and the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. And I'll pass it over to you,
Chief
Madam
Burke.
Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, Council, thank you. I'm bringing before you this evening for your consideration this agreement between the Wyoming Division of Criminal Investigation, Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, and the Rawlins Police Department. ICAC task forces exist across the country. They're generally funded by DOJ through federal government. They investigate a number of different crimes that target children. By approving this agreement, our detective will become an affiliate with this task force, and he'll be assigned cases within the city of Rawlins to investigate. We work very hard at keeping Rawlins safe, and while these are horrible crimes, they happen, and we want to investigate them. It will open up the possibility for reimbursement of overtime related to the investigation of these cases. It will open up the possibility of training getting paid for through the task force for our employee. On occasion, he might be asked to assist outside of Rawlins on larger cases or search warrants that are being served in a different part of the state. His primary responsibilities will remain here in Rawlins. This is a good opportunity to get these cases assigned to our detective with the support of the ICAC task force. And then the payback is he would help them occasionally. It's not too often. It also opens up the possibility of specialized equipment needed to conduct these investigations that would be purchased by the ICAC task force and provided to our employee for use in these. Our detective is a lateral. He came to us from another agency where he had previously conducted these types of investigations as a member of a separate task force.
Great. Any questions? Councilmember Sanger?
So I'm reading here, it says will be eligible to be reimbursed. Is that both time and equipment and all of that stuff?
Yeah, so overtime related to an investigation that they assigned to him, he would be eligible to be reimbursed for that. Training, even if it's someplace else, they would pay for it. We would just pay him for his time. And any specialized computer type equipment that he might need, he's going to be using theirs as well, and this will allow him to work with them around the state with their equipment. But if he needed something here, it opens up the possibility that they would purchase it for him, and it would be housed here, and it would remain here as long as we were participating with this.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Then will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas.
Thank you, Council. Appreciate it.
All right, moving down to approval of an intrastate mutual aid and assistance agreement for fire and other related emergencies. Councilmember Sanger.
I move to approve the interstate mutual aid and assistance agreement for fire and other related emergencies with the Carbon County Fire Protection District and the City of Rawlins Fire Department.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the interstate mutual aid and assistance agreement for fire and other related emergencies with the Carbon County Fire Protection District and the City of Rawlins. And I'll turn it over to you, Alan.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council.
Sorry, Chief Robinson. We've been together for swimming over the last couple weeks.
We have. So this is a pretty straightforward mutual aid agreement between the City of Rawlins Fire Department and the Carbon County Fire Protection District. Pretty much a straightforward, pretty standard agreement. There's nothing out there or anything in this. It just allows us to work together, do things. We've never actually had a formal agreement with the Fire Protection District since they've been created and those kind of things. So this takes care of all those.
Any questions or discussion? Councilmember Patterson?
Is this the same MOU that we had with Carbon County?
Kind of, but not really. It's fairly generic. So that one was very specific to response type things like structure fire, that part of it. This takes all that out. It's just strictly between us and them for any type of emergency that we have. So.
Great. Any other discussion? Then will you open online voting, please?
Thank
you, Chief.
Thank you.
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 5 yeas and 1 abstain. The 1 abstain was Councilmember Patterson.
All right, moving down to the approval of the Edinburgh Street Project Change Order Number 1 due to the monitoring of wells for possible contaminated soils. Councilmember Sanger.
I move to approve the Edinburgh Street Project Change Order Number 1 due to possible contaminated soils from the nearby property of Come and Go. Wyoming Department of Environmental, DEQ, required some monitoring of wells that were in close proximity to required work. Change order number 1 totals $44,615.79. After review by Public Works and the WWC Engineering, they feel this to be fair and reasonable.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve change order number 1, and I will pass it over to you,
Public Works
Cody, Public Works Director. I'm struggling.
Thank you,
today.
Madam Mayor, Honorable Council. In the beginning of this project, we ran into a couple hurdles right out of the gate once we started looking into starting the excavation. The first one was just the contaminated soils around our Come and Go area. We have some SVE wells in there, soil vapor extraction wells. So it took us a little while to get some answers from DEQ and Tri-Hydro, which monitor these wells and tell us how to go about, what we do with the soils when we do get into the excavation part of it. So that caused a little bit of a delay. And in this process, we started working just north of where these soils could possibly be contaminated. We also found out that some of the alignment on the existing water line interfered with the new storm sewer and the sanitary sewer that we were going to install. So that had created a new alignment for those two pipelines. And in just the short delay that we had, these change orders occurred.
Any questions? Councilmember Sanger?
Okay, I have a couple. So this is a $44,000 change order for us. And it says here that there was a lack of communication from DEQ concerning the monitoring wells. Have the monitoring wells been there the whole time?
Yes.
And so this project was before we came down that street, because we weren't coming down that street before. So we didn't come into that space before. So we didn't check about the monitoring wells before then?
No, we didn't know we didn't take into consideration the contamination zone.
Mm-hmm.
We got that late. We knew the wells were there. They had worked the engineering past the wells, but the contamination zone we did not know about the contamination zone.
So
until this started. It so happened that Tri-Hydro was there one day while we were starting excavation, and they told us the area and gave us a map on the contamination zone. We were unaware of how large the contamination zone was. But the engineers had worked around the wells as far as any kind of connections.
So they knew the wells were there, they just didn't know that they had to check? The DEQ didn't communicate this fact to us?
No.
So we have an expenditure because the DEQ did not?
Well, at that time, we didn't reach out to them because we didn't know it was an issue.
And they didn't make you aware that it was an issue?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, the program that this is more, it's a state-funded program, and Tri-Hydro is hired by the state, and so those two entities work together, not with the municipality.
That seems odd to me. If you're going to dig up something in a street, they should probably tell you not to dig there because they have a well.
Well, unless they know that we're digging there, then once we reached out to them, they were very nice to us, and we got we got questions answered very fast. So we just had to get to the right person. So, but it wasn't until we got in touch with Tri-Hydro and we actually knew where the contamination zone was. We knew it was within the property, but we didn't know to the extent of off the property that it was.
How far out it went?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the first one. And the second one is we had a contractor who was waiting because, and this might just be the way it's written, but it sounds odd to me. As a result of a mislocated water line that was located, when they originally did the site survey for the area in 2019, 2020. So was it mislocated or was it located in 2019, 2020?
Well, when they did the original surface locate on it, they said, okay, there wasn't any potholing done. It was all surface locates. And those locates can vary within 2 feet one way or another. The alignment that was done was a realignment of 18 inches. So it was where the locate was done in the beginning before in 2019. It wasn't potholed. It was gone by, they kind of went by the valves that were on top of the ground, and those were not in the correct spots. So there was a misalignment of, and that's pretty common within any time you call 811 in or any kind of locates, there's a variable within a couple feet.
But the variable costs us money. It's like me nailing into a wall and knowing that there's a 220 power line behind it.
That is
keep
my
on hammering?
That's my biggest concern in everything that we put in the ground. We start looking at, the fiber companies coming in. There's a variable in all those. It's the age of the pipe. That pipe has been in the ground over 60 years. So our GIS system is a little bit behind the curve. So there's a lot of factors that go into locating some of this stuff. And you don't really know where everything is at until you start doing digs. And there's a variable of a couple feet.
Okay.
And because of how close the storm was to the existing line and the sanitary on the other side of it, and then trenching and putting the trench box in and having the work zone, it was just very close to that really old pipe, and we were worried about damaging it and causing consistent flooding. So
we did potholing after the fact? I mean, this plan has been in place since 2017. I have a set of the original plans.
So
that worries me that we haven't done that.
So once we figured out that there was, when we first started digging, figured out where the alignment was of the old one, then we did potholes all the way down the street to figure out exactly where that was so it didn't continue interfering with the project. So we could get the project away from that line. And it was very much off. The further you went, the further off that water line was.
Okay.
So the water line, the existing water line up through there is going to be replaced with the new water line?
Yes, sir.
Is that what I'm understanding?
So the existing water line is on the far east side of the road. We put in the storm is right next to it. The sanitary sewer is right about in the middle of the road, and the new water line is on the west side now.
Okay.
And it's completely, we have to keep a distance away from water line to sewer about approximately 10 feet. And to keep it within the right of way, that's why we had to do the realignment and shift everything 18 inches.
I was just wondering if this ain't a water line, an old water line we're leaving under the street, that we're going to put a new street over the top.
No. Well, and what we're also doing is we're stubbing everything new to the outside of the right of way. So everything will be new to the backside of sidewalk. So any kind of work done in the future, you'll just be able to dig to the backside of sidewalk. We shouldn't have to do any kind of street penetrations.
I like that idea.
Councilmember Elliott?
I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but so there's 3 work change orders, and they're pushing close to $100,000, all 3 of them combined. Where are we pulling that money from?
So I think 2 of them we put on enterprise fund or general fund reserves, and one of them, because it's a storm, we could ask for enterprise funds from the water department.
Do you foresee more change orders?
You never like to see change orders on projects, but that's kind of the name of the beast on some of these. Until you dig up the ground, we don't know what's in there from 100 years ago. I mean, without good mapping from back then, we just don't know what's in the ground. And anything outside of the scope of work for the project manual falls outside of that, which would cause a change order to happen.
And then from the change orders, if these were not to pass, we would just be stuck. It wouldn't move forward. Is that correct?
It's just not good business to work between contractors and the municipality.
Right. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas.
All right, moving down to another change order. Vice Mayor Garner was first.
Move to approve Edinburgh Street Project change order number 2. Due to the contractor encountering unknown conditions relating to the quantity of concrete around the storm sewer manholes that the plans required connection to, and the removal of excessive concrete. Change order number 2 totals $6,612. After review by Public Works Director and WWC Engineering, they feel this is to be a fair and reasonable.
$6,812.
Yeah. You said
600.
100.
Oh, sorry, $6,812.
Thank you.
Second.
All right, the motion's been made and seconded to approve change order number 2. Any discussion on this particular one? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas.
All right, moving down to a third one. Councilmember Patterson.
Move to approve the Edinburgh Street Project change order number 3 for the geotechnical fabric over native and compacted soils to provide a better product to the finished asphalt paving of the Edinburgh Street Project. Change order number 3 totals $46,204.20. After review by the Public Works Director and WWC Engineering, they feel this is fair and reasonable.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the second change order for the Edinburgh Street project. Any discussion on this one? Councilmember Sanger.
So, as I read through this, part of the problem is that the soil has a high moisture level. The most obvious statement ever made in mankind. We know that it has a lot of water in it because we don't have storm drains. And I would have thought that this would have been part of just the regular design of the process here. French drains, technical fabric, to keep the water out of the street.
Yes, absolutely, it is. What we looked at when this came about is the compactions of the native soils compared to the compaction specs of our trenches. Our trenches and anything that we're digging right now is calling for a higher compaction rate. We do know that the water is there. Our geotechnical reports showed that. They just did not show until we dug 10 inches off the top how soft the native ground is around it. So what we're trying to prevent from happening is the roadway in the future, the soft native ground that we have not touched, moving a little bit more than our actual trench, which is going to be compacted higher, which is going to create ripples in the pavement. What this fabric will do is create a support over the native and trench grounds for a better finish grade and paving product for years to come. So
I understand all that stuff.
suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, but when you drive down the road and it's been raining outside and we're in springtime and the road's doing this while you drive on it, we already know there's a lot of water.
Yeah.
So is it, in the end, would it not have been simpler to dig further down, remove more of the soil, put more 1 inch minus through the space so water can run through it without it affecting what's above it?
So the underground draining is already going to happen. What we looked at too is taking a considerable amount of soil off the top that's soft and then replacing that. And the cost difference is quite extensive. To replace that much soil and haul it in is a lot more expensive than just putting this fabric on the road to support what is already there.
Okay.
Vice Mayor Garner?
Just real quick, it says on here the quantity of the fabric is going to be 4,130 square yards. Is that the entirety of the street?
Yes, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, great.
I was wondering if that was just gonna be for the whole job or
Yeah.
just for that first section.
So in the geotechnical report that came back to us, different parts of the project showed significant more groundwater. So there was already some fabrics put throughout the project. It didn't show up on the report on this section of that project, basically the lower half of that section. So it's just depending on what season that they took those geotech samples when they drilled them.
Yeah.
So.
Any other discussion? Then will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Thank you, Public Works Director Bill.
You're welcome, Madam Mayor.
The motion passes with 6 yeas.
All right, with no further business that needs to be brought before the council, we'll adjourn this meeting at 6:42 p.m. and our next meeting will be March 17th, St. Patty's Day, 6 p.m. And it's still part of it, not all of it. I can't eat too much or I'll get sick.
Oh, yeah. I was raised.
I'm gonna steal my charger back. Oh, let Steve borrow my charger.
Oh.